I don't know.
There's
I'm
only
taco
one.
blind, okay?
Do they all look the same to you?
I'm taco blind. Right? What do you want from me? Okay?
I want you to identify the tacos appropriately.
I don't see tacos. All right?
Oh, what? You just see everything as burritos, enchiladas, chimichangas,
I don't know. I don't see any of that stuff.
gorditos, double deckers, nachos Belgrande.
Wait, now he says he's Dr. Lecter. What am I supposed to do with that? I thought... I'm done. I don't know. I don't.
And welcome everybody to another episode of the Reservoir Slobs.
As I freak out about whether I'm...
At some point, you're gonna realize you freaking out is like the cue for the show to start.
I I know, but like, I didn't know which. I don't like. Okay, I need help. There's Taco Stanzia, and then who's the other one again?
Taco Sunrise.
And they're not the same person at all.
Stantia even says that's racist, rat.
It's not racist.
You just meat tacoed him.
No, I told you I'm taco blind. I can't see tacos. There, like I said.
So you're a burrito guy.
I don't know. I don't
Fucking
know what this
heretic.
is.
Yeah,
Not-
heretic.
Just, I don't eat tacos. Actually, I've never had Mexican food in my entire life.
What is wrong with you? Yeah, never mind. That's too much for us to go into.
wrong with me? Really?
Yeah,
Come
what's
on.
wrong with you,
What's
rat?
one
What's
show?
wrong with you?
Just gonna stop myself right there.
Yeah, I mean,
There's a
weird
long
enough that
list.
I'm like, oh yeah, I don't eat beef. I don't eat all sorts of other stuff.
You know they make chicken tacos.
I know, but it just doesn't. Why?
He's gonna.
I don't know. I just
Dissect
never thought to try it. Okay, leave me alone about the dissecting thing. Okay, I dissect food. I can't help that. All right.
That's understandable.
Look, I can save you a lot of trouble. It's Mexican food. It's meat, cheese, and vegetables with a tortilla.
Oh,
It doesn't matter what you order. It's meat, cheese, and vegetables with a tortilla.
Yes.
yeah, but I don't like all those things together. I
What
really
the fuck is
don't.
wrong with you?
I don't like having foods mixed together. It's a fucking thing, okay? I'm sorry. I don't. It freaks me the fuck out. I don't know why it does.
Burritos
It
must be
always-
the scariest thing you can imagine.
What?
What about
Doritos?
pizza?
Yeah, it's a tortilla with all of that stuff mixed together and shoved inside of it.
Wait, that's what a Dorito is?
No, a burrito.
I've never had a burrito. I wouldn't do it.
Occasionally with refried beans.
Yeah, there's part of your. No, I don't like refried beans. Like the smell it just smells bad. Anyway, why are we talking about food again? What is it? What you asked me about pizza? I started dissecting pizza so I didn't eat pizza as fast.
Yes, but it's a combination of everything.
Yes, I know. And
You're
I
a
know I'm
hypocrite,
wrong.
Rod.
No, it's a.
You know what the most horrifying thing about all this is right now? Is that the video on my end is not syncing up with your words, so it's looking like a really bad dub.
Oh God. Oh no. Somebody find a better voice actor for me. I'm terrible.
We'll get Chris Pratt. We'll do it in post. Don't worry about it.
Right, Chris Pratt. I'm sure, because like he could play me. Actually, he probably could. It's not that hard to do, but
I don't know. I think if we were going to do a movie version, I'd get John Goodman for you.
yeah. Well, I'm not that old.
Well,
Fuck.
well.
We can
I'm not-
de-age him some.
We could you can't de-age him that much.
Look, the other option you have is like Jonah Hill.
Oh God, go with John Goodman. Never mind.
Exactly.
I'm good. Never mind. No.
Need some from
We need. Who would we get from Japan? Like, the only people who could probably look the part would be like sumo wrestlers. I don't think they're gonna want to act like me.
The biggest issue is that they're all about Blackout's height too.
What? Yeah. There's a
So-
Mongolian
So,
one.
so
that's
what
like
you're saying
6'5".
is Tom Cruise would be playing me.
Yes.
Sumo Tom Cruise, right?
What? What?
Because
In the comments, leave who you think would play each of us. We'll go over that next stream.
Yeah. So we need. Wait. Do we need? Why do we need Tom Cruise as a sumo wrestler for Blackout? He's not. Fat.
You're the one who put sumo
Yeah,
wrestler there.
What the fuck, rat?
Wait. I'm confused myself. Oh my God.
All I said is Tom Cruise, because of his height, could play me.
I was thinking about my own. Oh God, I was talking about. Never mind. I've melted my brain. Jesus. I'm sorry.
Well, could be worse. Could get Kevin James to play you.
No.
You know, Bridges could do him too.
Wait,
Yeah, Jeff Bridges. Yeah.
I don't know who I'd pick to play you guys though. I don't know.
Well, for me, it's just gonna be a lot of. You have to pick the short people.
Danny DeVito?
You
That
know,
would
I
be an
can't even be
interesting
mad
choice.
at that. That would be fucking awesome.
Well, I mean, he's short, but like, I can't think of any other short actors.
Michael Cena kind of has the appropriate look, I think, to play Blackout.
Yeah, but he has a tan, doesn't he? No, I'm thinking of somebody else. Cena. I don't know who was that?
Oh, or even worse, Eisenberg. Like if you shave Jesse Eisenberg, I mean, it could.
He's too twitchy.
Yeah,
He is very twitchy, but he would have the proper sort of like
He has the right
stature.
look. Yeah. Well, what do we need? What do we need to worry about his voice? We're gonna dub it over with some
Wait,
other
Leo.
actor, right?
Stancia. Which Leo are we talking about? DiCaprio? No, he's too old.
See, Stangy agrees with the John Goodman on you, Rat, and I think
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
huge compliment.
Yeah, it probably is. I mean,
He's Jeff Bridges.
I mean, honestly, when it comes to Jeff Bridges for Izu, that might work really well, actually.
Maybe.
I could see it.
If you go with the
No,
easy
like-
choice, you have to have someone who looks young for me. Because I still look like I'm fucking barely
Joel
20.
The kid from The Sixth Sense back in the 90s, would that work for you?
He does do voice work. I mean,
You know? Yeah. Maybe. No, like John Goodman, like of all the John, like I can see it. I still think my favorite John Goodman movie is still Fallen.
Fallen
Even-
is fantastic. It's on our list to watch at some point.
And
Still haven't seen that.
couldn't believe that he did that Mick Jagger impression, which was good.
It's a mix of my favorite John Goodman movie and my favorite Denzel Washington movie.
Great movie. But yeah, well, maybe we'll talk about it at some point. But
Well,
still-
time is on our side.
yes, it is. It is. Also, Elias Koteas in the early start of that.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping he'd be in it more, but he wasn't. But
Yeah.
I always did. I always kind of liked him too. He's done some awesome stuff. But anyway, we're going all over the place and not talking about what we're supposed to be talking about.
Already derailed.
It's your fault.
We never got on the rails.
Yeah, true, true.
You guys derailed me with the whole taco thing. Okay, that's what started this.
You started that.
Yes,
Well, I
you
didn't know
did.
which one it was. Okay,
Stop
I didn't-
blaming others for your derailing, Wrath.
No one ever told me there was two of them. I didn't know.
Yes,
Okay.
you did.
No, I didn't.
We have a claim of Lexington Steel for Blackout.
Well, maybe I did know. I just can't remember. So, there.
Well,
I'm an asshole because I can't remember people. Okay, there. Fair enough.
Oh, Brother's a good choice, Taco. Says, Oh, Brother, one of my favorite Goodman characters.
Also,
Yeah.
Just to go over the
Also
chat, welcome to Pinky, Togostancia, Freak, also known as Frodo. You bastard. And Casual. Also, Frodo.
Welcome,
no,
everyone.
No, Frodo, we're not reviewing Your Puppet, My Fist.
What? What are you talking about?
He said that earlier. That this
Oh.
kid told him that we were reviewing that, apparently.
No, we're not.
No one's paid us yet.
Not yet.
No one's.
But
told
if
me
you would
about
like to, the Streamlabs is down below.
it. Yeah.
$30 for regular movie reviews of your choice, and $300 if you want us to do something absolutely horrible and pornographic.
Yeah. No, we're not. I'm not keen on that. But you know, and you're just
welcome
gonna
to
remain silent. You're just gonna remain silent about it. You don't have an opinion. Blackout.
I was shaking my head. Just
Oh.
hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay. You like to keep things short. I get it. You know,
Also, welcome, Chatmart.
hi. Wait. Oh, that wasn't a no. That wasn't a short joke. That was not a short joke. Sorry. I'm sorry. No. Don't leave. Don't get off the Norwegian wood and the Sputnik. No. I don't. Don't do it, please. I'm begging you not to. I hate that.
I know you hate that sound, Rad.
I do hate it. God.
The sweet sounds of Sputnik being dragged across Norwegian wood.
That's a horrible. Oh God, I saw it. Oh God. Wait, no. Let's not do that. Which Sputnik was it? We're not gonna figure out which Sputnik it was. We're never gonna know.
2.
They'll change the numbers on it anyway.
It's Sputnik 2, also known as 13, also known as Radio Sputnik 5.
Yep.
Also known as Sputnik 27, which is also Sputnik issue 5 of the magazine.
Yeah.
And there was what's Sputnik 19 or 17, the COVID vaccine, if I remember right.
It's like 30.
Yeah, one of them was a COVID vaccine.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Sputnik something.
Well,
was a COVID
Sputnik
vaccine.
5 is a COVID vaccine, but it's also technically Sputnik 32.
Yeah, that's right. Right. It's look, don't look into Sputnik stuff. It will melt your brain. Don't do it. Just we did. I regret it. I've never been the same since.
Okay, just hold on for a moment, because we got a donation from Stansia.
What?
For $30. I'm trying to figure out what it says.
Can you not read?
Well, in the meantime, thank you, Stangia.
Yeah, thanks. That's awesome.
It doesn't say anything.
But it's for a movie. What movie?
Stansia, what movie do you want? What movie do you want us to cover?
In the
He's not
meantime,
gonna tell us.
while we wait for that, what we got to cover today is a couple of classics, and
Oh yeah.
then The Nice Guys, which should be a classic in time.
I think it is.
Yeah, I think it will be.
It is a cult classic.
Yeah, it's good.
Actually, I kind of want to start with that one, because that's the one
All right.
the longest time since I watched,
Sure.
but I remember the most of.
All right. Let's go for it.
Because it's a movie that came out in 2016. I actually got to see it in the cinema. And
Nice.
Nice.
man, it's such a throwback to like the 80s action, like buddy cop action movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, set in 76, I think.
75 or 76,
Yeah.
one of the two. Yeah.
Mid 70s.
Yep.
Well,
And
But-
honestly, it's actually one of those movies. Go in blind, have fun.
Mhm.
This is like you going into I don't know, fucking what's a good example? Lethal Weapon for the first time, blind.
yeah, it's movies very similar to that.
Yeah,
Oddly enough, The Nice Guys and Lethal Weapon both were written by Shane Black.
Mhm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he wrote The Nice Guys as well, and the Lethal Weapon stuff. Yeah, I think he might have even directed.
Yeah,
Nice Guys? I don't remember.
he
Yeah.
did.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's interesting. And also, Taco said, "Don't care, make it a surprise."
Make it. But
We'll have
We
to
should-
delve for something.
We should find a movie that has surprise involved.
a surprise.
Yeah,
Well, thank God it wasn't a $300 one then.
I'm avoiding. I'm avoiding.
That's not a surprise you want to know.
well, that's
Rectal Surprise 3.
no.
The scroll.
No. No. Why did I turn it into like what's behind rectum number 3? Like what's behind door number 3? That's so fuck. That's terrible. Ugh.
That's what you play in prison when you're trying to figure out who's got the good stuff smuggled
I
in.
don't want to.
Who dropped the soap?
No.
Come on down, contestant number 357. Pick an asshole and see what you've won.
Mm-hmm.
You got a pack of smokes.
Instead of suitcases, just fucking a bunch of people with their ass. Stick your hand in and find out what you.
No, I don't. No.
Was that too much?
No, I've already trained off. I've already fucking tangented off to the.
Pinky's right. The grand prize is a shove.
Well, yeah, yeah. I took it to fucking Kung Pao and was like the whole prepare to receive the Fist of Fury thing. So no.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I wonder where my fist would go.
Exactly. It's terrible. God. Ugh. The horrible life of a prison doctor. Ugh.
And now we're back to Beyond Reanimator. Quit stealing penises, rat.
No, just I didn't. No. Oh God, no. I don't want to go back to that. I don't know why that was in the movie. Like, why did they have the whole like they cut away from the action to show the rat rolling a severed penis around in a fucking.
Which just
like,
meant as a visual for you.
What? No. Like,
yes.
No.
Yes.
No. I don't. Yes. I don't believe that. No. I refuse to believe that that's what that was. I just don't understand the reasoning
The
behind
smoking rat supercut.
Oh God. Just
gonna
keep an eye out for that Reservoir Slobs can content this Christmas.
Oh God. That's a horrible idea.
There's gonna be a bunch of movie scenes with rats in them. And
right, interlaced with Rat's best cold opens.
Yes.
No. Oh no.
So yeah, back to Nice Guys.
Sorry.
It's starring Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Which is a team up I didn't expect actually.
No.
Did not see that one coming.
In fact, I think a lot of people were very skeptical of the movie when it was coming out because of that.
Look, no, I was a little skeptical as well when I went into it blind. But it was a really pleasant surprise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know a lot of people that thought it was just going to be terrible because of who was in it.
Right. I mean, I've heard several, like, I know people that don't just kind of automatically are dismissive of Ryan Gosling. So, and I still think I mean, I don't mind him, but I have that whole thing about, I think his left eye is lower in his skull than his right. I swear.
Might be. Like, and welcome, Stone Pinochet.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Welcome. Yeah, like from the movies that I remember him from, like, I know I liked Drive.
That was definitely a really good movie with Gosling in it.
Yeah, fucking Blade Runner 2049.
See, I haven't seen that Blade Runner yet.
It's pretty good.
It was all right.
And then the only one that I remember off the top of my head is fucking Gangster Squad, which was a bit of a hit and miss.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that one either. Like
lower budget, was about 2013 it came out.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, classically, I'll be fair, Ryan Gosling was someone that I was kind of dismissive of because usually he plays, pretty boy roles in chick flicks.
Yeah,
not really my thing to watch. There's a few out there I'll enjoy, but for the most part, no.
I mean, there's a few actors that have gone down that route before and suddenly been in some fucking great movies.
You know,
Mhm.
honestly, Adrian Brody is one that I would put
Yes.
that on too. Like,
Mhm.
usually he did kind of artsy fartsy shit, and then he goes and does something like Predators, which was fantastic.
Yeah, he was. I didn't think that he could pull off action, and he did really well.
Mm-hmm.
That
Exactly.
was a that was a surprise movie. I wasn't sure what it was going to be, and it was awesome. But then on top of it, his Adrian Brody's performance in it was amazing too. Like there was that had a pretty good cast all around.
Yeah,
Had pretty good people in it.
Topher Grace, Lawrence Fishburne.
Alice Braga.
Now, trying to remember the Yakuza guy's name.
Oh, I can never remember it.
But yeah, good cast.
Walter,
but,
Walton or Walter or Walton, one of the two. Goggins. He's in it. He's
Goggins.
Yeah, he was great. I mean, he was good in that. He's been good in pretty much everything I've seen too. He was great in Fat Man. That was like as the bad guy. That was awesome. He was funny. That was good.
Yeah. Of course, that brings us back around to Nice Guys again, because
right.
Also had a really fairly star-studded cast when you look at it. You've got Ryan Gosling, you've got Russell Crowe. Trying to think of the black guy's name. It's left me now.
Keith David.
Keith David, thank you. He plays one of the villains.
Yep.
The little girl, she's gone on to do a lot of stuff since.
I can't think of her name either.
Irene Rice, is that it?
Yeah, something like that. She's done a couple of movies. She's kind of up and coming as an actress.
She's been in the new Spider-Man films.
Well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Matt Boomer or Bomber.
Yeah, I don't want to like as far as Nice Guys. Like, I want to say go watch it, but like you said with the going in blind, I don't want to really. I almost don't want to give anything away. It's got a lot of comedic moments in it that you don't expect.
Yeah, it's basically a guy who's kind of famous for breaking kneecaps ends up teaming up with a private eye.
Yeah.
And you end up with sort of a buddy cop movie.
Yep. And it's really funny. It's really well done. And if you haven't seen it, go see it. But yeah, I really don't want to ruin anything because I don't want to give away the plot of it.
You want to just do a quick basic setup of of the movie, like very basic. Well, I mean, you don't touch on anything that leads to anything. Just
the main point, like they end up teaming up because they both end up trying to find the same girl.
Yeah, which is how they met because the girl hires Russell Crowe to beat up Ryan Gosling to make him stop looking for her.
Yeah, and that's how they end up meeting.
So, yeah, the rest of it, just go and find out because it's one of those movies that probably gonna rewatch a couple of times, but it's not something that you're gonna have like a fucking yearly schedule of watching every single time.
Yeah,
no, but it was definitely funny and really well. Like I liked the way it was written, the way it was.
The
done.
pacing was good.
Yeah,
the writing was good.
Yeah,
the just blind off the wall comedic moments are fantastic.
Yeah, they really are. But I don't want to give any of those away because they're too funny.
The segues into some of them are brilliant.
Oh, great. Yeah, they are.
I mean, but I think there's going to be a theme for at least two of the movies this stream. Because there's the Secret Life of
Walter Mitty.
Yeah.
You can touch on that a little bit more without going into it. I mean, it is sort of a book too.
Yeah. But
short story.
I didn't know about the short story. I didn't know about the movie. I went in blind and was really confused for the first 30 minutes. So
yeah, they don't really tell you that his imagination is kind of taking over at times. That's the main thing about Walter Mitty. Like they just transition to him imagining things, and it just kind of blends in with reality.
Yep.
And yeah, if you don't know that that's coming, that's a bit of a
particularly the first one.
Yeah, the very first one, it's like, what is going on, you know? But
Yeah.
if you know that, it definitely helps. So
yeah, they kind of explain it in the After Effects more than anything, which is a nice touch. I feel. I think more than anything with Secret Life of Walter Mitty is it's just really good as far as directing actually goes. Like
Yes.
the way they do shots, the way they set up sequences.
And I found, I find that interesting though, because that was Ben Stiller's. He directed it,
Mm-hmm.
which I was surprised. I didn't know that he directed it, and I'm like, that's his directing work. Wow, that's pretty good. I didn't know.
Welcome, Jerish. Yeah. He's. I think that was his first one. And then of course after that you've got. I want to say he did Zoolander 2, and then Tropic Thunder was another one he directed.
Oh, he directed that too. Okay, so then he knows what he's doing. I
think he also worked on the screenplay for that one.
He's not my favorite actor, but like
most of his stuff I've actually rather hated almost extensively because of him.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a handful of movies he's done that I just find really, really good. And it's Secret Life of Walter Mitty, Mystery Men, and Tropic Thunder.
Yeah. I kind of like, that's the thing. I used to kind of enjoy what is it? There's Something About Mary.
Mm-hmm.
I found that one to be kind of funny. It's a lot more slapstick to me, but what I cannot remember his name. It's the other guy that's in it that's trying to get Mary as well. That's not Ben Stiller. It's Matt Dillon.
Maybe. I haven't watched it in forever.
Yeah, I think that's Matt. It might be Matt Dillon. I know he was in Wild Things as the teacher in Wild Things. I just can't remember his name. He was big in the 90s, and then I didn't really see him much.
Yeah.
But it's more him that it's what?
Yeah, Matt
Something
Dillon.
wrong? It is Matt Dillon. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I don't, I used to really be into, like, I used to think a lot more of There's Something About Mary, but the more I watched it, the more Matt Dillon's character annoys me more than Ben Stiller, which is weird.
No. And see, that's the thing with Stiller. It's not that he's a bad actor. It's just a lot of the roles they put him in, it's just flat out stupid comedy.
Yeah, at times, yeah.
Has its place. I don't outright hate it, but too much of it begins to irk me. It's my issue with Zoolander.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
He wasn't Cable Guys.
No.
Oh, Cable Guy, I mean.
Yeah, the Cable Guy, Jim Carrey, and
Matthew Broderick.
Yep.
Yeah, Matthew Broderick. That's more of a dark comedy, though, and he doesn't really...
He doesn't do much in that one.
No, it's heavily focused on the two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as a small character, he's fine.
No.
But I think he's, like, a good, like, secondary character in a lot of movies.
Mm-hmm.
But when he's in the lead,
that's probably why I like him in Mystery Men, where he's not really the sole lead.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's not entirely focused on him, which it takes a bit of that focus off of him, because too much of him and at once is just something about it irks me. I don't know what it is.
I think he's a much better director and scriptwriter than he is as far as comedic actor in that regard. At least it's, again, the way he's been used.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think part of why I like Secret Life of Walter Mitty is he's a little bit more serious in that one.
He was.
Like, there's comedy moments, but overall he's a more serious character.
Oh, there was a big hiccup there.
Yeah.
Anybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay. Yeah. No, I was going to say that you said that there are comedy moments in The Secret Life of Walter Mitty for him, but like he's more serious, right?
Yeah.
That was what you're saying? Okay. Yeah.
I would also say that that's kind of the same thing with his small role in Tenacious D as well. As a guitar shop or Guitar Center employee. He's just playing it dead serious.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, it works.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's not the only time you really see that either, because let's look at Adam Sandler. A lot of his stuff, Uncut Gems, is good.
Yes.
And he's more serious in that movie.
Yes.
And I even liked him in the do-over. I think we lost. Oh, no, okay, he's back. Might have lost Rat there for a moment, but
I don't know if I'm screwing up or what.
it's you. You froze on our
Okay.
end.
Well, on my end, you froze, but Blackout didn't, so I don't know.
Yeah, he didn't freeze on my end either. So
I don't know what
Norway
the
is
fuck's
safe.
going on.
Well, Norway is safe from Google's influence, apparently.
apparently, but
The land of the free.
yeah, the do-over with oh, what the fuck's his name? Terrible with names.
I
Joe
can't
Dirt.
think. David Spade?
Yeah, David Spade.
Yeah.
It has some stupid humor in it, but overall, I feel Sandler's role as a more serious spy character in that made it a little bit better.
Cool.
It absolutely did.
So
Mm-hmm.
there's definitely a case of some of these actors that have been almost shoehorned into the funny guy role actually being a lot better if you make them less the funny guy.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the so-called funny guys type of actors are actors. The problem is they get typecast
Yeah.
as the
Right.
funny guy, and a lot of times that does backfire.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
And also, I think sometimes they get used in a little bit of a too much of one thing. Like it's just one note, like be funny. Okay, now next scene, be funny.
yeah.
Sometimes it's a little too much of that.
well, yeah.
Although, but in the case of The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, there are funny moments in it, but there are spaces where like the funny moments aren't constant. It's not always trying to make you laugh.
Yeah, it's more of situational comedy than direct comedy.
Right. And it worked. I thought The Secret Life of Walter Mitty was a great movie.
Yeah. Like-
there's a couple of things that I have that I don't like about the movie, but I'm not a big fan of that super awkward comedy style where it is making you kind of uncomfortably laugh.
It does kind of lean on that in the beginning a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of the later humor though gets a little bit better, and I think that's intentional to kind of help show Mitty growing.
Yeah. I think that's kind of what I thought, that it was him growing and changing as a person and being less of a daydreamer and more of an active out there kind of guy.
Yeah, because a lot of the early humor along those lines is other people making fun of him for it more than anything. So it's definitely more of an awkward laugh, but
I don't like that. That's me. Like, I don't blame anyone for liking that.
Yeah,
but like with fucking Nice Guys, this movie also have a really good cast.
Yeah, it did.
Like Kristen Wiig, Adam Scott, what's his name? They
Which
photograph.
Oh,
Sean Penn.
Yeah, Sean
Penn.
Yeah.
Kind of a douchebag, but really great actor.
Yeah. Yeah, he was good.
Well, again, separate the art from the artist.
Well,
yeah.
Like sometimes actors can be assholes and just do fucking fantastic work on screen.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, another thing I really liked with this movie was, again, how they did some of the shots. Like when he gets text messages or something, instead of like looking at the phone or having him read it, it appeared on the mountain behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of a cool way of doing it.
Yeah, it's a great use of digital effects that doesn't really pull you out of the movie or anything.
Yeah,
and just makes a great shot, because they do it a few times during an airplane scene where they've got like the motto for life on the runway and everything, or in the background on the signs.
There was a one where he was the motto for life, where he was in was he in Norway or was he in Greenland?
Iceland.
He looks over at the mountains, and the phrase the motto for life come up in the mountain.
Yeah,
which was kind of cool. I like that they did that. I haven't seen that done a whole lot of places. I kind of like the way I like it. It's immersive.
It's a nice touch to filmography.
Absolutely.
Well, you don't have to cut to a shot of him looking down or like a shot of the phone. You know, and it lets you stay in that wider, bigger shot, and kind of I like that it keeps with the shot that it started on instead of cutting away from it.
Now they also do sort of the same with his little travel journal later on when he's in the Himalayas, which that was a nice touch for a montage scene, basically.
Yeah, it was good. That was good.
And that part, was foreshadowed, like, at the very fucking beginning of the film.
Yeah, definitely goes with the Chekhov gun there.
Yep.
But good movie, kind of a feel-good movie.
Yeah, it's definitely a feel-good movie. But I thought if you haven't seen it, I think it's worth giving it a watch.
It's one that's kind of gotten forgotten since it came out.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
Well, it was 2013. There were a lot of good movies that came out that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of I think in the past, decade or so, a lot of good movies have kind of got missed because of just the sheer amount of Marvel movies and big,
Marvel,
blockbusters that have come out.
DC and
they've overshadowed a lot of other movies. Star Wars. Yeah, there's been a lot of that, and I think that has kind of, because of that, other movies that would have been good or more noticed didn't get noticed.
Yeah, which is why I will fucking continue to this day to fucking talk about Krampus. God damn it. From 2015. Watch it. It has Adam Scott. It's a wonderful horror comedy. It's fucking underrated, and it got snubbed at the Oscars. Should have gotten an Oscar for sound design.
Oscars are bullshit anyway. We know that.
Yes, but if you want a good movie with a fucking solid sound design when it comes to winter, that one got it.
I haven't seen it, so.
No, it's on our list still.
Yeah, yep. I think we'll watch that closer to Christmas.
Right.
Because it's absolutely a movie that I do want to rewatch.
Fine. And I think it's time we go to our third movie, since we're probably going to spend the bulk of our time here.
Yeah.
The Dark Crystal.
Actually, I don't have too much to say about the plot. So that part is kind of...
I don't either. But this was Rat's first watching of it, so
yeah, this was the first time
memorable watching.
Yeah, this is the first time I can remember watching it. I think I saw it as a very young child, and I don't remember that.
You probably caught it on TV at some point.
No, I actually had a discussion with my parents about it. They said that I had seen it when I was like 3.
Oh, okay. Well, then
and we only got about 20 or 30 minutes into the movie before I freaked out because the Skeksis scared me. So I never watched all of that movie. So I saw like the first 30 minutes of it at 3 years old. I don't remember that now. So going into it when we watched it this time, it was like seeing a movie for the first time for me. And yeah, like you guys were saying with the plot, it's pretty easy to follow. It's not anything, revolutionary or
I would even go as far as to say that the plot is kind of subpar.
Yeah, it's not the greatest plot, but that's not why. Like, that's the thing. Like,
no.
After about 5 minutes, I'm like, I knew it was puppets and I knew it was Jim Henson, but I did not expect it to be that good. That is honestly the most amazing puppet movie I have ever seen, ever. And I've seen quite a bit of stuff like that. I think this is some of the best work he ever did.
Yeah.
I will say that some of the Muppet films that he did was better.
I haven't seen some of the Muppet films. I've seen some, but not all of them.
Yeah, no. Again, my main issue is the fucking pacing of this film. Dark Crystal.
Right. It's like two movies smashed together.
Yes. And it really bogs it down for me. Because I do like Jim Henson's fucking work. Like, he's done some great fucking work.
Oh, damn it.
Well, the actual puppetry here is fantastic.
Oh, I'm sorry I have to take this up. I tried to stifle a sneeze and it made my eyes water.
It's okay. But yeah, like, I'm gonna have to agree. Like the puppeteering in this, it's probably some of the best
Yeah.
out there.
It stands out a little bit more versus some of the Muppet stuff, in my opinion, for just when it was made.
For yes, for the puppeteering at least, yes.
Yeah,
Story
because it
wise,
was
no.
yeah. Nothing about the story stands out. I don't really remember the characters' names or anything for the most part.
The Gelfling's name was Jen, but I
The other
don't
one was
remember
Kira.
and the other one was Kira, and then there was Ogra, which was the keeper of the secrets that he had to go find and get the crystal shard from.
Yeah, like
But
there's
I
a
don't
lot of the
remember.
plot that's just like, why?
Yeah, other than that, I don't remember most of it.
Apparently, the Skeksis have been in power for 1,000 years, and they've just been letting this shard of the crystal sit there with this one chick, this wizard secret keeper chick, for this whole fucking time, and neither side has gone to get it, even though they know she's there and has it.
Yeah. It's really, yeah, it's not very, that's like, as far as a plot, that's kind of strange, you know?
This movie is more about the visuals than the actual story.
Right.
World building by visual.
Yeah.
Because
And
like the puppeteering and the background. Like if some of you haven't watched it, do watch it and keep watch a little bit in the background. There's some small puppets being maneuvered.
Yeah.
They didn't need
Well, I
to
mean,
do that.
it definitely wears the fact that it cost $25 million to make this in '82.
Yeah, that was the thing that I didn't know till after we watched it. You guys mentioned that it was made in '82. I thought it was made in the '90s. I thought it was far newer than it actually is.
Well, Jim
It's
Henson
a lot older.
passed away in 1990.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that. And I thought that maybe it was him or his company making the movie after the fact. I didn't know that he had made this in '82. And realizing that, like, that's really, really amazing work for 1982 to me. I thought that it was far newer, and that it stands up that well is kind of amazing to me.
Yeah, I mean, there's a
like-
few scenes that drop for me. Mostly it's the scenes where they try to have the Gelflings be more active, and they do the back shots, and you can tell it's just an actor in a wig versus the puppets.
Yeah, I did like when the Gelflings wind up with the with Kira's people that adopted her or whatever.
The
podlings, and they have that, like, they're all eating and dancing and having this music playing. That was some of the coolest. I like, there's puppets in the foreground, there's puppets, in the where the camera's pointing at, and then there's all sorts of things going on in the background. They even had puppets that were dancing, and those weren't, like the stick kind from underneath, run from underneath. That was what, like, the one dancing puppet was actually a marionette, and it was done really, really well.
No.
And there's so much just life going on, knowing that it's all just people manipulating static objects. It looked alive. It looked real almost to me. It was really, really well done. Like,
well, some of that stuff would actually be what they use going forward for stuff like Jurassic Park. Like, Henson was groundbreaking as far as special effects went for the stuff he figured out doing that.
It was beautiful to watch that.
Sometimes it's just simple stuff. Sometimes it's amazing. Labyrinth, the scene with the puppets where they take their heads off, that's actors in green bodysuits against a green screen controlling the puppets. Blue screen.
Blue screen,
yeah. That's why it looks a little jank still.
Yeah.
Because that is the weakest part of that movie, even.
Yeah. Well, part of that was also the angles. Like, they kind of really should have reshot the angles to make it look like they were actually standing there, because it seems at times like they're not part of the proper plane.
Yep.
But it's a learning experience there. It's like, we can make this better.
Labyrinth came after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
well, I don't think they used green screen for that effect in this one, except maybe a few of the shots with the Striders.
Yeah. Maybe.
I have no idea. I actually haven't looked into the behind the scenes of that because I am really interested in knowing the production of Dark Crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, again, for me, like the only scene that still stands out in my head is the life draining.
That's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
scene. The opening scene with the Emperor turning to dust, that's a very well shot transition
That was
scene.
cool. Yeah. That was cool. The Striders, the interested, like, maybe it's just because I don't know enough about puppets or how it was shot. I couldn't figure out all the scenes with the Striders. I was convinced that those weren't puppets, but just like, were those people on stilts, or were they puppets?
I think that
tell.
might have actually been forced perspective.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. It
Mm,
was I couldn't tell what it was, and I wasn't sure if I was looking at puppets or if I was looking at people on stilts just wearing a costume,
well,
because
if it was
I didn't know
people
what
on
to think.
stilts, it would be really fucking difficult to do.
Like, that's the thing. It was done in a way that I couldn't figure it out, and I kind of like it I like when movies do that, because I'm trying to figure out how did they do that. I've been thinking about it since we watched it. I've been trying to figure out what were those like, if there was a documentary about the making of it, I would love to watch it, because then I'd know. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I absolutely was blown away by this movie. I didn't know that this was honestly, it's the best example of puppet work I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Personally, that I can remember, or I might have seen, like you say, Muppets movies. I might have seen those. I can't remember, but this is the best one I've ever seen. And the story might not be the greatest, but it was done. The movie overall was done so well. I guess my immersion or whatever, like, I believed that it was another world and it was all these characters were real. It did its job of making me believe it was a real world.
No.
Yes, but I still don't like the story. That's
Right.
why it's ranked for me under Labyrinth and the Muppet movie, because
Sure.
there's something about having a world that's built and is so fucking alive, and then having a kind of mediocre to sloppy story going on
Well,
in it.
that's kind of where it does have the issue just with the pacing and feeling like it's two movies, because a lot of the issues with the pacing is because they stopped to observe this world.
Yeah.
Which I can appreciate them doing, but it does make scenes drag on far longer than they ever need to.
Yes.
Yeah, there was a particular one that stands out to me, and it was when the Gelfling had gotten the crystal and he got into that forest. Right before he meets the other Gelfling, there was just kind of like these panning shots of the trees and the world and the forest and the swamp, and the puppets all skittering around, little ones, and other ones are trying to eat bugs, and other ones are doing other things, and bigger puppets that I thought they were the terrain. I didn't know they were actually supposed to be a monster or a puppet, and it eats one of the little creatures running around. It was cool, but
it's great puppetry.
There was like 3 minutes of that where it was just silence, except for the sound effect.
3 to 5 minutes of just that as it pans across the stuff eating each other, chasing things, the little creatures wibbling. Or
yeah, it was a weird transition from him being in the with Ogra and getting the crystal to him meeting Kira. There was like a 5-minute window there. It was just like, why are we just showing us scenes of puppets moving around, but there's nothing actually happening? What is this? I didn't know what that was about, and it felt really out of place. And I just kind of went, is this just people working with puppets to show off how good we can do puppets? Because that's what it felt like. I didn't know what to think of that. But it slowed the movie down, and it definitely threw off the pace of it to me.
Yeah. Like that, and the whole opening voiceover, it kind of feels like what you'd see in the opening sequence of History of the World, where they're mocking documentaries, and you've got fucking. I'm having a terrible time with names today.
Who is it?
War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds.
Orwell?
Orwell, yeah.
Orwell, yeah.
Yeah, well, they've got him talking over it. That's what it reminded me of, because you've just got these scenes, they're sort of connecting them, they're just talking about the different creatures. And it feels like half the movie should be like a nature fucking documentary.
Yeah.
Right.
And welcome, Disky.
Yeah, sorry, he lied and said that you told him that we were reviewing a puppet porn. But that ain't the case. So you both have been lying to by each
Puppet
other.
porn. Didn't they do that in America, or Team America World Police or whatever?
Yeah, and I think they also did it in that more recent movie, Happy Town Murders.
Yeah.
See that.
And then there was that actual one.
Yeah.
I think that was called Let My Puppet Come.
I would not be surprised.
Why do you know these things?
Because I follow certain YouTube channels and they talk about strange fucking movies. It's basically puppet retelling of the making of Deep Throat.
Oh no. Wow, okay, no.
Isn't that just a hand job at that point?
Isn't that just puppetry in a nutshell?
Nutshell, really?
Oh, but idiot. Why did I say that? Okay. But yeah, like overall, Dark Crystal, not like the greatest movie or anything like that, but definitely one of the best I've ever seen with puppets.
It would have been a passable prequel to a good movie series, because it sets up a great world, and then nothing ever came of it. Like, you've got the newer seasonal show, which has already been canceled. So,
right. Overall, yeah. All three of these movies are movies I would say, if you haven't seen them, go see them.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Again,
Dark Crystal's worth a watch just to watch the puppetry.
Just beware of
Honestly,
the
I'd say it's the
pacing.
weakest of them.
Yeah.
I'd say it's the weakest of them.
Yeah.
As far as what I thought.
Because the other two at least had decent pacing, a solid story.
Like, yeah.
Like, they're proper, like, modern movies.
Like, oddly enough, in the 80s with fantasy movies, like Dark Crystal. So, and I mentioned this the other night, you weren't here for it, Blackout, but that movie, the way it's shot, the way then that weird, like, washed out, really bright lighting, it reminded me of another movie. And it reminded me of the movie Krull, which is also an 80s fantasy movie, but it's also awesome. It's just a totally different style. It's not puppets.
Well, they do it in Deathbringer.
Yeah.
They also do it in that Star Wars ripoff movie from back then. I can't think of the name of it. Had Hasselhoff in it.
Oh no, I don't know. I cannot think of that.
I can't think of the name of it. They made fun of it on newest MST3K. So
yeah, I can't think of what it is. So
yeah, had Hasselhoff. They did in that movie. Anything with like a fantasy element from early 80s, late 70s, they felt the need to do this washed out, sparkly, oversaturated.
Was it
Star Crash?
Yeah,
Star Crash.
No.
Weird, goofy movie that's worth watching, but in a cheesy way.
Right.
But yeah, anything like that, well, let's just oversaturate and open the aperture just a little bit too much to give it that mystical feeling.
Right.
No, just let me watch the fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
You're not asking for much.
Not really, no.
Yeah, I don't know. pretty much all I have to say about him.
Well,
Yeah.
Which I feel like we didn't really go into too much about him, but I don't. I
Well,
don't really want to go.
we
I don't
didn't
want to
dissect them properly, no. But again,
No,
these are films that are actually worth going in a little bit blind, not knowing the entire plot of.
well, the
Yeah.
last one that we've given them the entire plot.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that
I mean-
had a shit plot. You're not watching Dark Crystal for the plot.
No,
Watch it
you're
for the
watching
visuals.
it. Yeah, you're watching for the puppet work and how.
Oh god, the
Good they
irony of comparing it to porn.
You're not watching for the plot, baby.
Oh no, I didn't do it. I just got that. Oh, you said it, Blackout. You
I said
Tommy.
it, and I'm not taking it back. And with that, Rat on SideQuest, ESOB on Arc, and other places on the internet. Same with
Right.
Smoking
Possibly
Rat.
with a Phasmophobia stream later tonight.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Me on the internet somewhere. Links in the description. You guys have any outro words?
No, I think I'd like to keep it short this time.
You used that one last time, you jackass.
No, did I?
Be
Yes,
creative, Rat.
You're short. Okay, there. How about that? I'll just leave
Way
it
to
on.
live-
Blackout is short.
Setting a low bar.
Yeah. That's all I have to say.
You say that, but
I hate that noise. Dude, no, I don't
I'm gonna
like
break out Fruity Loops and remix that.
make it into a thing. Go on, internet.
No, do not. I don't. Ugh. Hate that noise. Ugh.
See y'all.
Later, everyone.
See ya. Oh.